Oh, Jesus. Forgot about this whole mess going on here. Before we start, real quick, I just want to mention I did make note of this. I looked in the files real quick before the live stream. There's a characters folder, and if you go into characters, Monika, Natsuki, Sayori, or Yuri, but there is no Sayori. Sayori has been deleted. I don't even know. I guess we're just not going to see her again. Oops. Who should I show my poem next? Here you go, Monica. Hopefully there's no alarming problems going on here. Hi, Bert. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, in case you forgot, everything's been reset, so a lot of this is just going over stuff we've already done. Want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Bert, you stupid little bastard. We all suck at poetry. Nobody's good at poetry. Poetry is for the fools. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. Or in Sayori's case, she'll learn the ability to get past the barrier of reality and just leave the game entirely. That's pretty cool. I'd like to learn how to do that, quite frankly. That'd be pretty fun. Great job, Bert. I was going ooh in my head while reading it, but you didn't say it out loud, did you though? Which means this is like a post-emptive ooh. Which means you weren't saying ooh at the time of the reading. Which means you're a liar, and you didn't like it, and you don't like me. And I'm not Sayori, and stop trying to make me be her. You evil witch! It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something like that deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way I always count myself, whatever, blah, 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 blah. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. No, I don't know that.
It didn't even cross my mind. Why would you even say something like that, Monica? That's so odd. You think I did any of this for Yuri? No, I did all this for Natsuki, the tiniest screaming banshee child. This was all for her. It's all been for her. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I mean, her eyeball surely is detached from her face, so that's not a far off stretch, I wouldn't say. I didn't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's totally given up on people. She spent so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why I guess she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction. So don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. And I'm a little starved for some ass, so I don't mind. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for her alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! Did she leave the room at some point? I don't remember any of this. What happened last time?
I'm back. Did I miss anything?
Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other.
Huh? Already? Oh, I'm sorry for being late.
No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed.
All right. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poems now.
Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Dumbass. Well, let's read it then. Is this the same poem? Oh, it's like a continuation of the last hole in the wall, I think. Oh. Well, I guess we have to read. Read on their fancy rich kid scrolling paper, whatever. Hole in the wall, but he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned eyes could no longer see color. See, this is after she looked into the glory hole. Remember we discussed that last time? She looked into a glory hole and it blinded her, and that was pretty funny. Good joke, right? Are there others in the room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right here. There. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. I don't get it. I don't understand poetry. I'm sorry, Monica. I'm not very smart.
Let's see. After she looked through the hole, she lost her vision. And then once she lost her vision, she began to think that the world was a piece of paper. And now she has a pen. Was she going to draw a whole new world from her pen onto the sheet of paper?
I don't understand. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. A lot of poems are putting an emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? My last poem inspired me to continue this poem. Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a lot. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, but it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day.
Unwarranted writing tip of the day. Even if you don't want it, she'll give it to you. Monica does not care what you think of. She will do what she wants. She's the god of this world.
Well, there didn't seem to be any horrible glitches or anatomic dissociation just now, which is pretty fantastic, I think. Let's see what happens when I talk to Yuri. Does anyone else see this? What is this, little nubby? What's that? Is that the ceiling falling down? Is Sayori's dead body gonna drop out? Did you kill her, Yuri? Just like you killed your parents? I think that happened.
I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thoughts, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different types of skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though.
Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
I wonder what she says about me behind my back. Does she tell everyone about my gigantic fire hose-like penis? I don't want people to know about that. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself or me or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which in itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Where all we ever do is talk about fucking poetry.
I'm sorry to have such terrible handwriting.
Nothing's happening. When is something going to happen?
I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Oh, you think this will be easy to digest? Okay, thank you. Oh no. Oh god, I can taste the ink. It's not easy to digest. It doesn't taste good. I'm sorry, Yuri. It's not a very... Try, you know what? Give it a shot. Give it a shot tomorrow. I'm sure your paper will taste better. But god, I couldn't get that one down. Are you into your ghost, Yuri?
Actually, this story isn't about the ghost at all, Bert.
Really? I must have totally missed the board.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more to tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering her last remaining piece of copper, unable to let go of the past, and so to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
Huh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so...
Nah, if anything, I should probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
Totally. I 100% think there's many things to learn from you, and that in the future we may smash over the fact that I learned from you. Perhaps that could be fun, yes?
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Bert.
Me too.
Nothing's happening. Why is nothing Oh.